sorry to be up.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's get started. What's going on, folks? Good to have you here. Take a second to share, if you do not mind, because sharing is caring, and we need the care. All right, good to have you all here. Thank you for coming for another dinner in the Cooking with Green's kitchen. Good to have you all. Thank you for everyone who has come through the shop today. So I have to say that every time I come on, because I know there's new people who are like, oh, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow you. So they might see us for the first time today. So thank you for coming through. Today we're going to be doing a Bulgogi style short rib. It's a shaved short rib that we happen to get in our grocery store, and I marinated last night in some good seasonings. The recipe for the Bulgogi steak is on our website. We're going to do some fondant potatoes. I'm probably going to reduce some of that Bulgogi sauce and make like a little sauce to go on the potatoes. And then we're going to do a bit of roasted, maybe, asparagus. Maybe I'll do the asparagus on top of the stove. Well, good to have you guys here. Thank you for being here. Let's get started with our theme music. We're going to go ahead and do our cleansing breath. We're going to see what the word for the day is, and then we're going to start getting this dinner ready. All right? So thank you for coming in. Go, DJ. That's my DJ. That's my DJ.
Hey, everybody.
What up, fam? Good to have you all here. Thank you for spending this time at dinner time with us. Today, as you heard, we have some simple ingredients. We have some potatoes, we have some asparagus, we have some short ribs that were actually sliced into thin shaved pieces. We're going to make a Bulgogi style, which is an Asian marinated beef that we're going to be doing. We have marinated this since last night, so it's been marinating for about 24 hours. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and get our cleansing breath done. We're going to see what the fridge is saying, and let's get this thing going. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tapping that screen on TikTok. All right, so we're going to count to 3. We're going to inhale some cleansing breath through the nose. We're going to hold it for a second, and then we are going to release that. All right, so let's get going. Here we go. Counting 1, 2, 3, inhale. Hold it for a sec, and then let's release. We shake it off, and shake it off, all right? So, cool. We are going to go ahead and check out the fridge. Boom, boom, boom. See what it says today. The word is simple today. It is when life isn't going right, go left. Let me say that again, because somebody's like, what? When life is not going right, go left. In other words, if you're on that path and life does not seem to be going right, you need to change your direction. All right? So if you feel that in your spirit, go on and say amen. And we're going to start getting this food together. Good to see you all here. Hey, Terrence versus Sleep. Good to have you, Rodina, Kai, Pretty Brown Eyes. Good to have you here. So let's get this thing together, babe. If you need to go get something done, go right ahead. I'll read.
You sure?
I'm not sure, but we're gonna make it happen, boo.
Well, if you need me, give me a call.
I'm gonna scream so loud. I'm like, No, I was just testing. What's going on, family? How are we doing? Good to have you here. So, super simple, as I always say. I got my oven at 400 degrees. I'm going to just cut off so I like to get a lot thinner stalk asparagus. Usually when you see these guys left, it's because everyone has got the thinner, more tender asparagus spears. These tend to be a little more woodier. So what I usually end up doing with these is cutting them a bit shorter than I would a normal stalk of asparagus, because I don't revel in chewing on the fibers. Okay, you don't have to do that. You can roast them or boil them or whatever you want to do until they just get super soft. That's up to you. You can also keep these stalk ends for broths, and especially vegetable broths and things that you're making. I am not going to be that responsible. I'm going to take about half of this off. I usually don't cut them this short, but that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to go ahead and don't listen to that sound. It sounded like things went in the trash. I just saved that, okay? I saved it for my broth, okay? So that's what we're going to say. So I'm just going to move these off for a sec, because we will be cooking those. And I'm doing a finding potato, and all that is a potato that is cut in a scallop size circle. It can be a perfect circle if you want. You can use a cookie cutter. You can get each size, specifically the same size. As long as they are cut into cylinders, I don't care. I'm using some red potatoes because that's what we have. You want to use a starchy potato if you can. And the technique is pretty simple. You just brown the potato, and then you bake the potato. You slow roast the potato. You slow roast them in butter and in broth, usually a chicken broth. You use beef, you can use whatever broth you want. You can just use water if you just don't like flavor, you can do that. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna get a lot of usually some rosemary in there too, or some spices. I'll probably use my my Italian blend in there, and maybe a pinch of salt. So we're going to go ahead and cut. So what I do, you can take a potato peeler and just peel them all perfectly. I usually just use a knife. I get the rounded ends off here, like so. And I just cut them as clean as possible. They don't have to be perfect. All you're going to do is eat them. All you're going to do. So just getting a little bit of this more rounded a bit. And you want them not too thick, because you want to make sure that the broth and the butter has a chance to absorb and cook through. So you could make gigantic ones. They'll just take a little longer to cook, and you need a lot more broth. So we're gonna cut these about an inch, I guess. Okay, I can make them more perfect than that if I wanted. If I wanted them perfectly round, I can do that. And they kind of look like scallops. We're gonna go ahead and get a pan going. We're gonna go ahead and start searing these bad boys off. So how's everyone doing? Good to have you. Hey DJ, hey Tamika. I saw Leticia on both platforms, so I said her name. Hey, what's going on? Let us grab our induction top so we can start getting these bad boys going. All right. How you guys' day been going? We had a pretty mild day at the store today. Got some new customers to come through and learn about cooking with greens and follow. Gina, how are you? Good to see you. Mayretta, Constance, good to see you all. So we're going to use our cooking with greens pan here. Same pan you buy on our website. Boom, they're on sale, 10% off today. We're gonna get that one here. We're gonna get a little heat here. We don't need that much heat. Got it about 300. I'm gonna start with a little butter, guys, and a tad bit of oil. I am using a plant-based butter. Plant-based butter here. This is a avocado oil butter. It's going to enable that bottom, those sides of the potato to brown a lot nicer. Butter, you can add a regular vegetable oil, but the butter is going to allow it to caramelize a little more quicker. And all we're trying to do is get that little bit of color so they don't come out pale. And then the rest of the cook's going to happen in the oven. A little melty melt here. I'm going to start getting our potatoes down, alright? So he's going to put them flat down. And since I'm cooking these in one pan, you want to get as many as you can. You don't really want to crowd the pan too much, but I'm going to cook them all in one pan. So get enough for a couple of servings if it's you and some other people, which is what I did. And allow them a little space. I just cut enough. And again, we're not cooking this all the way through, we're just getting those browned, alright? So everything's gonna happen in this pan. This pan, which is oven safe, will also go into the oven, and a 400-degree oven, and we're gonna cook it the rest of the way. Should take at about this inch, maybe 30-35 minutes to cook all the way through. But while we're doing this, we're gonna be cooking the rest of the stuff. Hey Angie B, good to see you. Edith, Gina, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for spending time. Thank you for tapping that screen on the TikTok. We appreciate you, and thank you for sharing on both platforms. Y'all are okay. Let me go ahead and get my spatula. So for anyone, did I say this yesterday? I may have said this yesterday, but I need to make an official announcement. On Saturday, this Saturday, we will be having, my art will be, I'll have an art exhibition. So some of my pieces are being added to a local gallery called Studio Ukwenzi. UKWENSI, or Gallery Ukwenzi, I'm sorry, which is in the Ghent area of downtown Norfolk. And you guys are invited to come out for the grand unveiling of my pieces, which will be at 6:30 p.m. Probably not going to last long, an hour, 2 hours tops. But if you are not doing anything Saturday night, or you want to come out and celebrate my artwork with me before you go out and go to the club or whatever you do, come on through, alright? Everyone's invited, it's free. I think there'll be some small bites and things there. But maybe we can post a little later the actual address. Try to make a little something up, like a flyer or something. What's up, Carolyn Smith? Good to see you. Eunice, hey, Legister. Good to see you also. Let's try to see if I can read that. I kept missing y'all. Finally got you. London, yes, London. We ain't going nowhere. Someone else hit me up on Messenger today and said, hey, where you guys been? I haven't seen you in like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, we've been here. We've been here. We've been cooking dinner. We've been at our store. So, you know, that's why it's important to share, because the algorithm is not going to automatically tell you where we are. And then also, if you want to see us put a reminder on your phone, all right? So your phone has an alarm, so you can make it alarm every day at 6 p.m. Just to remind you. It'll go off and you go, oh, Cooking with Greens should be on. Or 7 p.m., I'm sorry. Since we have our store opening hours, we're usually closer to 7. But we will announce it. If you put one of them at 6, it'll probably remind you to keep an eye out for it. So we want to see like this. That's what we want to see. Oh, I'm about to rinse that one off. That one is going. Show is. What was that? How many seconds do we have, y'all? 5 second rule? We're good. We go to your 5 seconds. I'm going to get a little color here. I know the center ones are probably nice and brown. I'm going to rotate them to the outer. Probably wouldn't have gotten as brown as quickly with any other kind of oil. Work some of these on the outside, some of these guys on the inside. So this is probably my favorite way to have potatoes now. It's a little, a couple of steps in it. It's not as easy as just having mashed potatoes or baked potatoes or things like that, but it's worth the extra steps to me. It's worth the extra steps. You get a little crispy outer coating, you get a very buttery, melted inside coating. It's a very great way to have potatoes. Like I said, this is my new favorite way to have potatoes. So we're just getting color all the way around. I'm going to add a little bit more butter. And then the rest of it will be done in the oven. Let's see, D Rose, thank you for your gift. You love it, Regina. Thank you so much. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you for tapping that screen. Good to have you here. If you are new here, we are Cooking with Greens. Our website is cookingwithgreensfamily.com. Cooking with Greens Family. That's GREENS family.com. And welcome to the family. You can usually catch us every day cooking. We're making our dinner. We make something that we usually like to eat ourselves. It's not really a show about just showing you a lot of different ways to cook, but we happen to cook a lot of different ways. We happen to try a lot of different things. So if you like that kind of content, you found the right place. So thank you. A little bit more heat here. Just trying to read, guys. Precious Hay. Kim, dinner is going to be delicious. It sounds like it's going to be super easy. That's why I'm taking my sweet time in it. The beef is going to be fast. I like to be a little fancier usually when I make bulgogi. I will take the beef, especially if it's cut shaved like that, the strips of beef, and wrap them with green onion, and then hit it with a toothpick, and then cook them like that, wrapped in the green onion. So you get bites of green onion in there. Probably not going to do that today because I don't have any toothpicks. So we're just going to go ahead and roll them in the pan together and make them do what they do. The beauty of having a shop or a job that you have to do during the day and then come home and still do the things you have to do at home is sometimes what you think the plan is going to be changes. And that's okay. And that is all right. You got to be able to revise and go, oh, well, I thought we had that, but we're going to do this anyhow. So I'm all right with that. So when you're making these in no way, the potatoes in no way are done. They are in no way ready to be eaten like this. Don't think you're like, oh my God, I didn't cook them long enough. I didn't. No. The goodness is going to happen in the oven. Okay? Trust me on this. The goodness will happen in the oven. But it's worth the wait. How many have had fondant potatoes? I know a lot of you guys are more. You've eaten everywhere and you've done everything, and you guys have at least tried to do everything. So you're a lot of the people that watch us are a lot like us. We are very adventurous when it comes to food and trying different things. I mean, we might try a thing one time and never try it again. But we're open to a lot of ideas and reimagining regular ingredients, you know? That's why we got like 900 chicken recipes. And 900 different ways to make Alfredo. And 900 different ways to do chicken marsala. And on and on and on. So getting a little color on here, and that's what we want to see. And I'm going to go ahead. And I'm okay with that look here. Let's add the rest of our butter in here. I feel like I want a tad more butter. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of this plant-based butter, guys. A tad bit more. If you have an herb garden, this would be a great time to add some rosemary. We have that in our herb blend. So I'm sorry, we have it in our herb blend too, actually. We have that in our Italian blend. I'm going to add a little bit of that to here. No salt Italian blend. Where you at? No salt. That's Hawaiian. I'm gonna put the wrong thing in there. No salt Italian blend. This is where you need an adult. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And some of those good herbs. Some marjoram is going in here. Some sage. Some rosemary. Cool. Just a bit. Some bay leaf, some chive, some thyme, some savory, some garlic, onion, oregano, basil, parsley, red pepper, chilies. Okay? I'm going to hit it real light with a pinch of pink salt. Just a pinch for the taters. And then we're going to add to that. Wow, I'm having the hardest time finding everything. And then we're going to add to that a bit of chicken stock. Boom. Okay. Got a bit of chicken stock I'm going to add to this. Now I want all of that to kind of absorb all that beautiful juice. My oven right now is at 100 times 300, 400 degrees. So we're going to stick that in the oven, let that finish up with that butter and that broth and those herbs and that little pinch of salt. It's going to be beautiful. Going to finish them off with a little finishing salt, like if you have kosher salt, that's fine. Nice flaky salt at the end. We got this going. Gonna stick this bad boy in the oven, guys. If you like potatoes, another good way to have potatoes. Let's look at it at 20-25 minutes because I want to make sure that liquid doesn't all cook out. I'm gonna put 22. Oh, clear it. That was 2 hours and 22 seconds. Hold on, guys. Stop it. Okay. There we go. All right. Got it. So let's do a little something with our. Let's do our asparagus right now. We're gonna do something with our asparagus right now. All right. Let's get a little. Oh, looks like somebody chopped some onions, some mince, some onions. I'll take a little of that. I'll take a little bit of that. So let's grab one of our cooking with grains pans again. Throw that bad boy on there. I think I'm going to start with a little bit of butter, but I think I'm going to also put some grapeseed oil in here. Or maybe I'll put avocado oil. We'll put a little avocado oil, alright? So let's get a little plant-based butter once again. Just to start to cook on this. It was like, oh good, I can turn off. Well, no you can't. I'm turning you right back on, sir. Get that going on here. Get a bit of avocado oil in here also. Just a little bit. Get that pan a bit hot. And we're going to throw those in. We're going to throw those spears that we cut earlier in, guys. And get those bad boys in there. Get that oil all over it. And we're going to get these bad boys to start cooking. I'm going to do a very simple saute on these. I like my veggies. I mean, I grew up with veggies in a can majority of the time. So that mushy feel I kind of grew out of. Also, knowledge is power, and I know that when you cook vegetables, the more you cook them, the more you cook out nutrients. So I like them to still have a little crunch to them. Excuse me. If that's not your thing, that's fine. How many know the after effects of eating asparagus? I'm gonna look on the screen and see if anybody knows the after effects of eating asparagus. Hey Willie, what's going on? Can you guys hear me, or is it too low? Hold on. Let me make sure my volume is up. The volume was not up on TikTok. Sorry about that. Y'all forgive me. I'm trying to get it all done. I'm gonna get these little pieces of onion that someone cut up. It was in a bag in the fridge, so I don't want to waste them. We're gonna cut them in. Throw them in there. Smells good. Turn my heat down a tad. Hey, good night, everyone. It's time for okay. Go to work, RN. Thank you for your service. Straight No Chaser. Thank you for the lightning bolt. Thank you for the heart. Also, appreciate you on that. I'm gonna get a little bit of garlic in here. A little bit of garlic in here. I'm gonna have to stop being lazy and start mincing my own garlic. But as long as there's garlic in that pan, I mean that jar, I'm gonna definitely be using that. For those that I'm aggravating right now, yes, you can use metal in our pans, even though they are stainless steel non-stick pans. Like what's happening here, I'm gonna just hit this very easily with a little of our pink Himalayan seasoning blend. One of our classics, originals, all purpose. And I'm just doing a little light pink Himalayan seasoning around there. I'm going to give it a splash of our stock that we had out earlier. Just a splash. A little liquid in there. I think because that's a super minced onion, I'll be better off using my spatula. Keep that down in the pan. Smells good. Y'all want to smell? Smell that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Put your smell-o-vision app on. Let's get a little bit of a teeny bit of heat just by. We're gonna be real nice with it. We're gonna use our garlic black pepper blend. So we're gonna do that in here. Just a little, add more flavor and a tad bit of heat. Our garlic black pepper blend. A little more garlic, a little more pepper, onion, but a little bit of black pepper also. A little bit more butter. Kind of like what that is. I am going to give it my last little squeeze of lime just to brighten up that a little bit. And I'm going to let this bad boy pretty much sit with the top on it on a warm stove just while I finish up everything else. I want that to be like almost like an oniony, garlicky glaze over the asparagus, if you know what I'm talking about. That's our flavor crystals right there. Look. Alright. Get this on a super low. And get the top for this pan. I got wrong top, yep. go. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna stick that on there. And now we're gonna start heading on with the bulgogi. It's just a marinated Asian style beef. In our case, we used a shaved short rib that we happen to get at the store, and I like to be fancy with it. I'm not gonna be fancy with it tonight, okay? I like to take a couple of inches, cut small little sections of the green onion, roll them into kind of like little rolls here, stick them with a toothpick, prepare a few of those, throw them in the wok, fry that beef up a bit, get all that flavor going in there. So every time you bite into it, you get a small bite of some really marinated, great tasting beef, nice and tender, and then you get a nice freshness from that green onion. So you get the onion, you get the beef, and it all works together. Great served over rice. We're just not doing that tonight. But you can do it that way, and the recipe shows you how to do it that way. Let me just see. I got 11 minutes. I'm not even looking at that. Let's get my wok out, guys. We're about to have a thing. Before I start doing this, I'm going to cut some of my green onion up. Let's do that, Derek. Let's get a little rinsey poo on these. I'm going to chop them. I'm going to chop them into some small little slices. Let's see. We're going to just do some haphazard, good size slices. I want these to kind of work together. I wanted to give a little flavor. I'm going to throw those in closer to the end so they stay a little fresher. So we still have a bit of a snap, guys. But we still get that, you know, that mild oniony flavor that you can get from this and shallots. All right, let's start our wok. I'm over here thinking, that's why it was quiet for a second. Rapeseed oil, I'll do avocado oil, it's fine. Stay with the theme. So we're gonna hit this bad boy with some avocado oil. We're gonna get our beef that marinated all. If you want the recipe's on the website, guys, of everything we marinated on there. I'm gonna get a little heat on here and start getting our, again, this is shaved short ribs. What I would normally do with this again is take these pieces and roll them with the onion. We're not going to be that fancy today. Well, for anybody that's asking, this is a short rib. What you will find when you marinate any meat like this is a lot of the liquid that you use to marinate will come right back out. So if you're trying to get a sear on a super marinated, wet marinade, I should say, a wet marinated meat, good luck, unless you have maybe it on a grill where the liquid is just falling through and the meat's keeping contact with the skin. Cooking this bad boy. I see the last person who used my wok scorched it a bit and then put it away. I'm gonna have to clean this thing tonight, I see. These are short ribs, and they're very thinly cut, so you're not going to have to cook them too long. You really don't want to cook halfway decent cuts of meat too long anyhow. You got it at a nice temp. 350, just cooking some of the red away. That's all. And let me just take this off here. Smells delicious, by the way. Smells delectable. You almost can't see me. So it's marinating in that sauce, and it's also cooking in that sauce. So we marinated it. Trying to keep the pieces medium to medium rare, but I don't really have some medium rare pieces left in here. I'm going to throw them probably back in with the green onion, which I'm about to throw in now. So you guys can see, I made like, man, I can't even see it. Boom. Throw in the green onion. Just gonna cook the raw off, that's all. Don't want them to be kind of fresh. Thank you. Rest of the marinade going in. Also adding, you guessed it, a splash of the stock. Let's try to see if we can get a teeny piece of this meat to see how this is tasting. Okay. Here we go. Right. That's right on. Alright, he's gonna come up. Again, there's fancier ways to do this. My recipe version of this is a little bit higher end, but this is the same end result as far as taste. Just gonna reduce this a bit. I just want to like a little drizzle of that marinade on here. I know I do. I think I need a little salt. A teeny bit of heat. Little red pepper flakes. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to give it a teeny pat of butter for fat. A little bit of butter going in that pan. That's all I did. And I'm going to let it melt in there and incorporate. Alright, ladies and gents. Let's see what our taters look like. I kind of want to keep this warm. Let's see, get these taters, let's get my biggest potato. Okay, pretty soft. I think I still want a little, most of these are actually really done. I think it might be good though. I think we might be good, guys, on these. I think it might be good on these. Broth has reduced a bit. I got a lot of that oil on the top. I want to get some of that oil out here. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oil's going to give me a little sheen. I'm going to let them sit for a sec, and we're going to go ahead and serve these. Probably drizzle them with this pan reduction, or not. Up to the end eater. Boom, boom, boom. Nice and crispy on the outside, and a nice soft inner. There we go. That's what we got, guys, for our potatoes. All right. Out of the way here. Okay, be good. Let's do a little bit of plating on this, just a little bit. We're not gonna do nothing fancy, I don't think, on this. I wonder if April's gonna eat this. No, what? I'm gonna make her a plate. Make her and then eat a plate. How many ever like make food and then you don't feel like eating it afterwards? I'm probably gonna make myself eat some now. Okay, let's do this like so. You gonna behave, ain't you? You are not gonna behave, are you? I just told you to behave. Hold on. I'm gonna make you behave. I'm gonna cause you to behave, sir. We're gonna make you behave, sir. You're gonna behave. I said so. I don't know why I'm whistling Christmas songs, but it must be time. Must be almost Christmas, y'all. Thank y'all for being quiet while I'm trying to concentrate. I was like, oh, they real quiet over there. They quiet. Real quiet. Restaurant style plate. Then they can be like, man, that wasn't even enough potatoes for me. No, you know how your family is. Y'all know how your family can be. I don't. Maybe I'm just talking about my family. Do a little bit extra one on this one. I think they can eat this. I think this is edible, at least for now. I think I'm done. Not my favorite plate, but it's done. Hey, what's up? Good to have y'all all here, man. Thank y'all for hanging out. Let's see what they think. Anita, thank you for 500 stars. That's awesome. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn y'all around. Okay, flip camera. That worked. This didn't work over here. Boom, there we go. All right. So that's what we got, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Chef John. Good to have you, man. Just some Bulgogi style beef and some fondant potatoes. That's all. Oh, and I forgot my asparagus. I played it without my, oh man. Hold on, let's find a place to put my asparagus. Totally forgot my asparagus, y'all. Y'all supposed to be watching me. This is why I need adult supervision, because y'all made me forget my asparagus. And I gotta find a little nice, we're gonna pinch the asparagus in there. So we did a little saute pan asparagus here. I'm gonna put it right here in the end. I wouldn't have did that. I would have did a little different plating, but it's gonna be all right. A couple of nice spears here. I mean, I wouldn't put money on this plating, but it's gonna be all right. Let me show y'all again. I think I made it a little worse, but come on over here. Let me get a review from my wife and my sister. Anita! April! Boom. Here we go. Super simple, guys. My bulgogi beef recipes on the website. The fondant potatoes recipe. You know what? I don't think I ever typed those out because they're super simple to do. I might have to. You need more asparagus. Look, everybody can get more asparagus. You gotta understand. This is like either a 5-star restaurant or a content creator. When content creators make these dishes, they find a little fork and they turn a little spaghetti in a nice little and throw a little sauce on there. And then when they say, see y'all later, they go. So that's all. Why is no one listening to me? Anita! 1 second, y'all. Somebody about to get in trouble. Hold on. Nick, can you come and eat, please? I was calling you. Yeah. All right, let me see if April was going to eat something. Or she fell asleep. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. April eating? No, you big. It's steak. You don't have to. I made you a plate, though. Something just fell off my finger. Oh. I don't know. All right, let's look at these taters and see if they came out all right. So first of all, guys, they're crispy on the outside and they're soft on the inside. That's all we want. You got that butter.
Look at little face. Look at
and
little
that
face.
beef broth flavor inside.
You need the oven still?
No.
Huh?
What'd she say? I don't know. That's big bulgogi. You don't have any fondant potatoes.
Can you eat that? I just want in here, woman.
There you go. I
Yeah.
don't know who wants one.
Count for?
Yeah, why not?
You don't want to
Yeah,
eat?
I don't want to. Okay, cool. It's okay.
I made one for you.
That's
No,
why
I made one for you.
look.
I made one for you.
Okay.
You don't have to have it.
Thank you.
Y'all, this don't happen with you. Just let me see.
Thank
Did I show y'all? Yeah, I guess I did show you the plate.
Thank you.
Here you go.
She got a knife and a fork too.
Fork and a knife. Okay.
Come on in.
I love people are whispering like we can't tell you right there.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Thank you, Dad.
Let me know if it's okay, y'all. You don't have to be afraid, but just let me know it's okay. That's all. Oh, I gave you like a pair of knives. I don't even know where the knives are. They're probably all in this washer.
You want to try it?
Sure. I don't need a knife. He's probably gonna do this like this. Oh my goodness.
Boom,
These
boom.
are amazing.
Baby now.
Okay.
I can't with this one over here.
Baby now.
They said we could hear you, April.
Everything I'm a baby. So we gave me a baby now.
Senior, you do not need bread. You do not need bread, Senior.
I'm sure I don't. That is good. No, no boy, don't sit down upstairs. It was good, babe. Very good.
All right, we off now. Y'all can tell the truth.
No, for real. It's really good.
I had to try to trick them.
These potatoes are amazing. Or whatever sauce this is.
I didn't
Come
get
on, big knife.
No, this is I'm being big enough. I'm trying to be funny.
It's just the
I'm just trying to be
It's just the marinade that
I really don't.
I
Delicious.
That's all.
It was good.
Yes, honey.
That's more of everything, guys.
Thank you. Good, Derek.
So, guys, it went all right. They said Mama Green starving again.
She just ate like
No,
chicken.
she just had chicken. She's been eating
She had
earlier,
roasted chicken.
making her own stuff, and then
We don't be with her all day.
and then she also has to eat 3 hours before she goes to
Yes,
sleep. And you know, my
everybody
mom
make sure she eats.
goes to sleep. Sometimes it could be 4:30 p.m. She'd be like, "Well, that's enough for me." And she'll go right to sleep, y'all, for the night. But she okay. Yes, thank you. Put some in the mail for you, Jeff John. Man, I can't wait till we can get together, brother. I love you, man. Make sure you guys are following Chef John Lloyd. That's LLOYD on. I guess you on everything at Chef John Lloyd. They said, "Tell Mama Green I said hello."
I'm gonna say you got something you can have.
No, she told me not to make rice. I said, "Mom, I'm gonna make some rice for you."
She said, I can't have sugar.
I can't put sugar in it. So no.
Yeah, I'm sugar.
Look at her.
That's your whole attitude. Your attitude like we did.
Yes. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna see what the girls really think about it after the live is
really think it's
over.
good.
Really think it's good.
I'm gonna find out after the live the truth. Okay.
We just told you the truth.
But the rest, you know, they have given me bad reviews before. Nita given me bad reviews before. If it's
I'm gonna tell
bad,
you on the air. I don't care.
I know she gonna tell me. She gonna be like, that's not good.
So I ain't gotta wait for you to sit back. I can tell you right now.
They said, but she mad as H. Now she got an attitude. Mama Green.
She really do. She really do.
Anyhow, I love you guys, man. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Thanks for spending the time. Thank you for your taps on the screen on TikTok. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. We're going to keep on building by word of mouth. When you guys sharing, that we get our numbers back into the thousands like we were back in the good old days a year ago.
Yeah.
It's a different world right now. The algorithm is different. We're not showing you any kind of craziness, so it doesn't think you want to see that. We already explained
Man, I
that.
did beat up Derek in the car the other day.
She did beat me up the other day in the car. So we love you guys, man. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. I'm probably going to eat a couple of these potatoes and a teeny piece of this meat. And that's going to probably be it for me. Because I'm not even really that hungry. Love you guys. Have a great one. Like we always say, from our heart to your plate. We will see you mañana. Later, Gators. Take it easy. Thanks
Big
again.
hamburger today. I made a hamburger for
Yeah, we had a hamburger. Nita made a hamburger. She made a hamburger like a Swiss mushroom burger. It was good. It was delicious, actually.
No, I made it.
No, she made it the other day and then warmed it up. Warmed the bun up. It was a whole meal, bro. It was a whole. I was like, oh my god, I'm full.
You took a picture of it, didn't you?